18 and a half stone. WBC number 2, WBO number 1. He watched on that night and he thought, yeah, that'll be me one day. His name is Joyce and he takes on Christian Hammer this Saturday night live on BT Sport. We've got Joyce here. We have, of course, Christian Hammer here, who's bigger in person, by the way. And of course we have Zolani Tete and Mark Chamberlain, Zolani Tete and Jason Cunningham, who were in a cracking super bantamweight clash on the undercard. Mark Chamberlain and Mark Vidal as well, Battle of the Marks. And of course, the man making it all happen, Hall of Fame boxing promoter, Frank Warren. Frank, thank you again for a great show. Tee this one up for us. What can we expect Saturday night?
Well, it's first of all, again, good afternoon, everybody. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Joyce, who is the mandatory challenger for the WBO. I'm looking for him to make a statement. He's in with a real tough guy in Christian Hammer. Was it 14 years now he's been fighting, and you look at the fights that he's been with him, he's always been a bit of a handful, and even in his last fight he fought the world WBO number 3, Frank Sanchez, and that went the distance. So he's a tough guy, he's got a good chin. And Joe, everybody forgets, as much as he's got a wealth of amateur experience, he's only had 13 heavyweight fights. That's all he's had. These guys have had, most heavyweights at that level have had 25, 30 fights. That's all he's had, is 13 fights, and he's in a tremendous position. So unfortunately he broke his wrist, but he's back. And the reason he's fighting Christian is because Joe Parker pulled out, because at the time we agreed to fight, was that his trainer's wife was having a baby, and I hope that all goes well for Andi Lee and his wife. Pulled out, and that's how this fight came about. So we are where we are. It's a tough fight for Joe. Joe's got it all to do. I hate these type of fights, to be quite honest. Tyson Fury fought, was it Wallach? In Vegas. Everybody thought that was just going to be just a formality. He got a dreadful cut and was lucky to get to the end of the fight without not being stopped because of the cut. So anything happens with these big guys. They're big fellas, and Joe's got it all to lose with Christian Hammer. There's that one spot, that number 1 spot. He gets himself back in the picture big time if he wins. So he's got to go out there, and for me, personally, he's got to go out and make a statement, and I'm quite sure I believe that he can do that. I believe he's a tremendous fighter. He's the fighter that everybody avoids, despite the fact he's only had 13 fights. Nobody wants to fight him.
Before we get into the perils of Christian Hammer, as Joyce boarded the plane to go to Las Vegas for his camp, he thought he was going to be fighting Joe Parker. That hasn't materialised. Can you give us a kind of your understanding, a brief sort of synopsis as to where we are with that fight and why it isn't happening?
You're flogging a dead horse. We're talking about Saturday. Joe Parker's not happening. End of story. He walked away and signed with Sky TV. It's dead. He's the number 1, not Joe. Who gives a monkeys? He's an opponent for us. He comes from New Zealand. With the greatest respect for people coming overseas. He's the British guy. That's all we're interested in. He wants to fight. It was there for him to have, and still is. But it ain't going anywhere. It ain't going on any other channel. End of story. Let them get on with it. Obviously, they signed Joe Parker to replace Anthony Joshua on Sky. That's their choice. We are where we are, and all we need to focus on is one thing: Saturday night. Saturday night, at this moment in time, is the most important fight Joyce could possibly have. He can't afford anything to go wrong. This is his career. He's number 1 spot. He's been patient, coming off the injury, and at the moment, in August on the 20th, all this situation is going to turn into quite an interesting scenario. You're going to have the winner of the fight between AJ and Usyk have to make their mandatory defences, or if Tyson wants to continue, a unification. Whatever happens, he's well and truly in the mix. And that's why he can't afford to mess up on Saturday. So forget Joe Parker, forget everybody. He needs just to have one thing in his mind. This bloke's sitting here, the Hammer. And he's got to do a job on it. And that's what he'll do.
Well, we'll speak to the Hammer very shortly. Let's start down the card. Frank, we'll come back to you as well. We've got a Battle of the Marks for the IBF European Lightweight Championship. Mark Vidal, who I hope speaks English. Doesn't speak English. But we have a translator, so he's going to be fine, don't worry about that. Mark Vidal, tell us your feelings heading into this fight with our man, Mark Chamberlain.
Mark, ¿cómo te sientes para luchar contra Mark Chamberlain?
Bien, muy bien. La verdad que tiene una buena preparación y para mí es una buena pelea. Una pelea que cojo con muchas ganas.
I feel really well, training's gone really well, this is a combat that I'm really ready for and I feel good for.
By the way, everyone, that's just Lou, who works in the Queensbury office. I didn't even know he did it. Where's that come from? French as well, apparently. Goodness me, well, Frank, that's over to you on that one. I think a little bonus this month for Lou. Let's get back to Mark Vidal. Question number 2 for Mr. Mark Vidal. What do you know about our friend Mark Chamberlain over here? Unbeaten boxer, dangerous puncher. What's your understanding of this man?
Que te conozco a Mark Chamberlain, es una combatante muy peligroso, tienes muchos experiencia como una luchador joven. ¿Qué te conozco de él?
Bueno, es un luchador que es bueno, tiene talento, pero nunca se ha enfrentado a nadie como yo. Entonces, esta pelea le va a orientar realmente en qué punto puede estar.
He's a very good fighter. He's at a very high level, but he's never faced anything like me, so he's going to be in very deep waters.
And most of your career, Mark, I believe, like the title fights were at featherweight. You took on Kiko Martinez at featherweight. Do you feel as though you can do well at lightweight?
Es tu primera, normalmente no es esta, normalmente contra Kiko Martinez fue un diferente nivel de pesado. Ahora, ¿qué piensas tú de combate contra Mark Chamberlain a lightweight?
No entendí muy bien la pregunta. Representa que dice que al subir de categoría de peso.
Sí, eso. Ahora lightweight contra Mark Chamberlain. ¿Hace una diferencia para usted?
No, la verdad que soy un boxeador que suelo trabajar bien en este peso. Estaba en el pluma, he trabajado en el superpluma, ahora estoy en el ligero. Me siento bien y me siento fuerte en este peso.
No, I'm a fighter that's really good at this level. I've fought at other levels at Superfly. For me, it really doesn't matter what level this is. I feel good at this one.
Great, thank you very much. Lou, you can have a bit of a break now. Well done. Well done. Tremendous work. Let's talk to Mark Chamberlain. Unbeaten. 10 wins, no defeats, 7 knockouts. First title fight. Saturday night. OVO Arena, right behind you there. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel good. Ready to go. Training's gone very well. First of all, I'd like to say a big thank you to Frank and the office for making this fight happen and believing in me, and also to my team. And yeah, ready to go Saturday night.
You know he's never been stopped, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go out there looking to get the stoppage, but they all seem to say this and that, and then on the night they can't seem to back it up, so we'll see.
He's a talent, isn't he, Frank, Mark Chamberlain?
He certainly is. I mean, he's one of our little gems in Queensbury. He's done everything that's been asked of him, and he's got to step up. It's just a good fight for him. It's a tough fight for him, but if we didn't feel he could do it, we'd put him in the fight. But yeah, make no mistake, this is a quality match. But I believe he can come through this and make a statement again.
Well, we've seen just over the weekend, Dylan Chima extended the distance by Stu Greener, and I watched that and I thought, you banged him out in a round. Were you watching that and thinking, yeah, well now I sort of understand my level a bit more?
Yeah, definitely. There's a couple of fights on that card actually I had my eyes on. But yeah, no, I think he had the nickname of Little Canelo, and I've never seen him back it up, but on Saturday night I did see a different side to it. So.
Well, what do we expect on Saturday night from yourself? The Battle of the Marks, your first title fight. How do you think it's going to play out, you and Mark Vidal?
Expect a career best performance, and we'll see how he gets on in the later rounds.
Brilliant. Thanks, Mark. Anything else you want to say on this one, Frank?
It's going to be a good fight. It will be a good fight. It's a good fighting card. It's going to be a good fight.
Well, let's talk about the Commonwealth, the IBF and vacant WBO International Super Bantamweight Championship fight Saturday night. Jason Cunningham, a man experiencing a bit of an Indian summer in his career, suddenly very, very resurgent. He's picked up some wins, some upset wins, and he takes on former two-time world champion Zolani Tete. Zolani, I'm going to come to you first. Welcome back. Good to have you.
Thank you.
We spoke last week, and you were very, very serious about this fight, and very serious about what you're going to do to Jason Cunningham. Tell us more.
Thank you very much for having me on the show. Also want to thank my promoter, Mr. Fengware, for giving me another opportunity. You know, this is a road for me to become a world champion for the third time. So I've taken this fight very seriously. I never underestimate any of my opponents. So I'll never underestimate Jason as well. I believe it's going to be a great fight come Saturday night.
On our interview on the Unibet Lowdown last week, you said that you're going to be chopping him down and his family will be bringing him back to becoming a human being afterwards. You've started this one quite softly. I was hoping more for that kind of tone, but you really believe you're going to do a number on Jason Cunningham on Saturday night?
That's exactly what we are planning to do. You know, whenever we prepare, we go for what we've prepared for on the fight night. So I'm definitely going to chop Jason down, and I believe the paramedics will be there, the family will be there, and I believe Jason will once again be able to fight again after this fight.
Jason, at any point, feel free to interject, and I welcome the interjection.
Everyone seems to have it in for me, don't they? Everyone tweet me, Zolani wants to cut me down, chop me down, whatever else, but end of the day it's all talk, and what happens on Saturday night is what counts. I'm ready for you, Zolani. I hope you had a good catch yourself. May the best man win, which I believe is going to be me, and let's get it done.
We'll see Saturday night, my brother.
That's it.
Zolani, do you think that this man, Jason Cunningham, is on your level? You've been at the highest level. You've been a two-weight world champion. Is this man anywhere near your level? What do you think?
You know, I'm not going to take anything away from him. He has worked his way up. I believe I fought the best fighters in the world. And I believe Jason is on his way up to the level. He will taste it on Saturday.
So what's this version of Zolani Tete like? The last time we saw you on these shores, you boxed John Real Casimiro. You came up short that night. That was back in 2019. We're almost 3 years down the line. What's this Zolani Tete like?
You know, Zolani is more sharp, more stronger than he's been before. I can't wait for the night where I'll be showing that when I'm fighting against Jason Cunningham.
Do you think you can knock him out?
Possible.
Well, we've seen you do it in record time before. I believe it was 11 seconds in a world title fight. We've seen you knock out Paul Butler as well. Have you still got the power at super bantamweight to do the same thing?
I've got more than I've ever had.
Well, there you go. A chilling warning. Jason, let's bring you in. He's got more power than he's ever had before. Big fight for you Saturday.
Very big fight, the next level into it. This is, well, we're level now. Anything before a world title is this fight with Zolani Tete. Phenomenal fighter, I respect what he's done in the past. It's an intriguing fight because, like you said, everyone's questioning how, what Zolani Tete is going to turn up. Only I'll find out on Saturday night, and I'm excited myself, and I'm ready, and I'm prepared. I'm ready to put everything on the line, and I'm looking forward to making it fight at night. But like I say, I believe it's my time. I'm on the roll of my life, the run of my life, and like I say, he does not want to underestimate me. I'm ready for Zolani Tete.
Do you think he is underestimating you?
I don't want to thought so. He knows, if he loses on Saturday night, where does he go from here? So everything's on the line for both of us.
Frank, this event is called High Stakes, and this particular fight, I think, really is high stakes, isn't it?
It is, but there's a great prize at the end. I think the winner of this will get a world title. And you've got to take it, I really do take my hat off to Jason. I mean, he's, for our business, he's one of the guys who's done it the hard way. He's always been the away fighter. And I look at him, I think this moment's a little bit like a Steve Robinson moment in boxing. When Steve Robinson came in and took that fight and everybody looked at him as, it wasn't, he didn't have it. But Jason seems to have improved so much. Every fight he's improved. He's done everything that's been asked of him. European Commonwealth, he's won all those titles, and he's in with a guy, former two-time world champion, Zalani, who's, I mean, we've all seen him, the British public know what he is, he's a tremendous fighter. But this fight's got something about it. You've got, and I know Zalani, there's no way he's going to be underestimating Jason, and vice versa. But the styles will make this into a really cracking little fight. It's going to be a cracking fight, and the winner will get a shot at the world title.
Well, the world title, I mean, Jason, you won the IBF European recently. I understand they actually sent you the full world title, so you're already halfway there, right?
Yeah.
Getting that way. And like I say, thank you to Frank and Queensbury for the opportunity as well. This is the next level. I'm excited for it. And, I want to learn a lot about myself on Saturday as well. Get in there with Zalani. It's good. I'm excited. This is what it's all about. I mean, to be the best, you've got to beat the best.
What do you think when you hear him say things about paramedics and things about your family?
You don't want to go there with that. No one wants that.
Call me Iceman, so it's straight up a bit anyway.
I want both guys to come out as safely and go back to their families as they can. That's all that matters. It's a sport. That's it.
Do you think you can stop Zalani Tete?
I never look at that. Just so long as I get the W on Saturday night, that's all that matters. I'm moving on to the next level.
Right, Zalani, this is your last chance to give a message to Jason Cunningham ahead of Saturday night. He's right there. I'm going to sit back. Tell him what you want to tell him.
Just get ready for Saturday night, my brother.
Likewise.
If he's not ready now, he's never going to be. You've both got to be ready on Saturday. This is going to be something a little bit special. I'm really looking forward to it.
Cool, Frank.
Fans, it's a great fight to watch.
Well, there you go. Two very ready fighters. Titles galore on the line. Super Bantamweight division, Saturday night, live on BT Sport. Jason Cunningham and Zalani Tete. Let's talk to our main event participants. We have Mr. Christian Hammer here. Christian, this, I believe, is the fourth time for you boxing in the UK. How are you feeling heading into this fight? Fight number 4. We've seen you over here against Tyson Fury, Fury. You stopped David Price as well. Tell us your thoughts.
Cum te simți în legătură cu această a patra ta bătălie în UK?
În primul rând, bună ziua. Da, mă simt foarte bine, țin să mulțumesc organizatorilor. Da, nu e prima oară aici, am întâlnit băieți destul de puternici.
Hello everyone, thank you for being here. Yes, that's right, it's not my first time here.
Am întâlnit băieți puternici.
I met good guys, strong
Și
guys.
mă bucur că pot boxa cu Joyce, am primit șansa asta.
And I'm really happy that I got the chance to have a fight with Joyce.
Și așteptăm meciul.
And I'm looking forward for the game.
Okay, that wasn't Lou, by the way. That is an actual translator this time. Thank you, and we'll be coming back to you again. Christian, I understand and I can see as well, you're in good shape for this fight. How well prepared do you feel you are ahead of this big challenge in front of you, which is Joe Joyce on Saturday?
A spus că ești într-o formă foarte bună și cât ești de pregătit pentru acest meci.
Da, mă simt foarte bine, am o formă foarte bună.
Yes, that's true. I'm feeling very well. I have a good shape.
E o șansă foarte bună pentru mine și trebuie să dau totul.
It's a big chance for me and and I'm gonna give everything.
Și nu am venit aici să batem drumul degeaba.
And I haven't came here only for travel.
Ultimul meci cu Sanchez l-am luat în 3 zile. În 3 zile am primit contractul.
Last game with Sanchez, I received the contract in less than 3 days.
Eram acolo în vacanță și adversarul a avut corona și m-au întrebat dacă pot boxa și am boxat.
I've been there in holiday and the adversar was having the virus, the corona, and they asked me to fight and I took the chance.
Pentru meciul ăsta cu Joyce m-am pregătit foarte bine. Vrem să arătăm publicului un meci cu cinste.
For this game, I prepared really well, and I want to show to everyone.
un meci bun.
A good game.
Actually said it's going to be a war.
It's the actual translation. Tell me, Christian, there's been a lot of talk, not just today, but in general, about Joe Parker fighting guys like Tyson Fury, Usyk, Anthony Joshua, Dillian Whyte, maybe Daniel Dubois at some point, Joe Parker. Do you feel as though perhaps you are being overlooked and underestimated heading into Saturday?
S-au auzit multe despre Joyce și toți ceilalți enumerați. Te simți puțin sub măsură, nepregătit, nepotrivit, intimidat?
Asta o să vedem sâmbătă. Totdeauna trebuie întâi trebuie să treacă de mine și după aia să vadă ce pe viitor.
It remains to be seen on Saturday. Firstly, it have to happen, and after we're gonna do the talking.
Trebuie să treacă de mine. Să nu creadă că sunt un hop ușor.
It have to pass after me to not believe that I'm something easy.
Okay, all right. Well, let's go over to the WBO number 1, the WBC number 2. He's unbeaten in 13. He's an Olympic silver medalist. He hits very hard. You can't hurt him. His name is Joe Joyce. Joe, look, this is your first press conference since that intense training camp with Susie Dent. We've all seen the advert by now.
No pressure.
No pressure. I mean, he's over here, mate. Oh, what are you going to call him?
I've done the head, lumber war, monk style. You get his fist in your face.
Meriți să fii bătut.
Great. Look, I wasn't expecting such a great start. Well done.
Countdown's on there, you know that.
The countdown's on. Joe, look, it's been a while, right? It was last July. It's that same place over there where you stopped Carlos Takam. You've been injured. How are you? How are you feeling?
Yeah, very, very good. I've had a great training camp in Las Vegas again, working with Salas over there. So yeah, just rehab the injury, and things have been progressing. I've been adding more tools to the arsenal, and I'm in a good place, good fitness mentally, physically. So yeah, I think Hammer's going to be a good test and a good fight. He's strong, he's tough, he's durable. He's been in there with some really good names, so it's going to be an exciting fight. And I really look forward to getting to work and maybe working on a few things in preparation for the fights to come.
Well, he's a durable guy, right? We've just seen him take Frank Sanchez, the WBO number 3, the distance. He's taken many a good fighter the distance. Luis Ortiz in recent years as well. Do you feel as though you need to make a bit of a statement, and it's more than just winning, it's how you win on Saturday night? What do you think?
Well, I'm not going to put any pressure on myself predicting any rounds or anything, but I think, you know, it could go the distance, or I could take him out of there. And he's a strong guy, tough guy. I've seen him, you know, like throw some big shots. So it's you know, it's a risky fight because you know, I've got something that they all want, and he's you know, he's going to try and take it. He's had a bit of a training. He's had a good training camp as well. So I've heard from the translation. So I look forward to it.
What's it been like adjusting? Because as we mentioned earlier, obviously you thought you were going to fight someone else. You're now fighting Christian Hammer, and you must have got that message sort of midway through camp. What was that like, and what was that adjustment like?
Well, in my experience, like some things don't always happen as they're planned. So I mean, when I'm in training camp, I get myself in the best possible place, like improving on my technique and biomechanics and stuff. So, and like last minute, I kind of look at the opponent, and obviously I was preparing for Parker, but it's, you know, I've just made the adjustments, and I've got that experience to then like deliver me through to victory Saturday night. I would imagine.
Look, we know what you're all about in the ring. We've seen it many a time. what we haven't seen so much until recently is these verbal assaults, these social media posts, these spats with Anthony Joshua, with Joseph Parker. You're really going at it with everyone. Is this the 2022 version of Joe Joyce? Anyone can get it?
Yeah, anyone can get it. Like, yeah, mate, I'm up at that level now, so I'm giving my opinion and telling people exactly what I think of them, and hopefully we can sell it in the ring if they want to.
How good is Joe Joyce, Frank? Over to you.
Well, he's done everything he's been asked to do. People forget he's only had 13 fights. As I mentioned earlier, that's all he's had. All these guys have had, he's had 36 fights now, Christian. It's, for a heavyweight, I know we're talking about his age and that, but the facts of the matter is, that's nothing for a boxer. 13 fights. And I can't think of too many guys who've had 13 fights who've got themselves into a #1 position to be a mandatory challenger. I really, scratched my head about it. Maybe like Leon Spinks when he won an Olympic and then fought Ali, but I can't think of too many others. So, he's done extremely well for himself. He's got a tremendous amateur pedigree. I'm hoping they're going to put right the wrong that they did in the Olympic Games. He should have got that gold, and they're apparently working on that now. But the fact is, 13 fights, he's done brilliantly, and now everything's on the line on Saturday. This is no walk in the park for him. He knows it better than I do. This is a tough fight, but if you're #1, this is what you've got to do. You've got to take these fights on, and you've got to come through them and come through them in style.
Well, Joe, it feels like you've been knocking on the door. Knock is getting louder and louder and louder, and you're in that WBO...
Until the door bursts open and... Yeah.
Are you going to kick it in? Is that what's going to happen?
Kick the door in, headbutt through the door.
Well, look, this is your stage, Joe. I know you want your Tyson Furies. I know you want Joshua. I know you want Usyk. What's your message to the heavyweight division here today?
I'm here and be ready for a beatdown.
Just to anyone. Anyone can get it.
Anyone in general.
Anyone can get it. No one here is exempt. Brilliant. Okay, well look, Joe, lovely speaking to you. Well done with the trash. I don't know if you want to go again at Christian Hammer. Tell him something.
You're here, I'm here. We can fight on. Yeah, we can fight on Saturday night. I'm ready. You're ready. Yes. It's going to be lots of action. Heavy punches.
Zic o să fie un război.
He said it's war.
And it's not a game, it's a fight.
Nu am venit aici să pierd drumul.
I haven't came here to lose my time and for nothing.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you, everyone.